Highly contagious. Transmissible by direct or indirect contact. A positive attitude will have positive results because attitudes are highly contagious. Strictly forbidden. Not allowed according to the law. Students are strictly forbidden from cheating or asking for help on their exams. Deeply affected. Have an influence on someone or something. The whole food chain is deeply affected by the overuse of chemicals in agriculture. Highly dependent. Decided or controlled by something else. In this particular region, many families on a low income are highly dependent on state support. Closely associated. In a way that is directly connected. Smoking is closely associated with several diseases including lung cancer. Heavily influenced. Ability to have a strong effect on people. People's voting habits are heavily influenced by political, social, and economic factors. Vividly illustrated. Produced with extravagance and profusion. The documentary vividly illustrated the gap between industrialized and developing countries. Conveniently located. A place that is near or easy to get. The tourist hotels are conveniently located just a few minutes from the main station. Thoroughly spoilt. Diminish or destroy the value or quality of. In many societies, children can be thoroughly spoilt by their peer groups. Highly recommended. To suggest that a person should do something. They've highly recommended some books to develop your reading skill in English. Reasonably priced. Products that are available at a fair price. The products are reasonably priced and may appeal to some middle-class customers. Delicately balanced. Weak and easy to damage or break. Pollution can have disastrous effects on the delicately balanced ecosystem. Categorically denied. Deny having anything to do with. The media categorically denied all responsibility for the rumors which have been circulating. Deeply offended. To be upset or to hurt the feelings of someone. Some might be deeply offended by the descriptions of sex and violence in different TV programs. Hotly debated. Discussing in a lively or angry manner. Religion and spirituality have been hotly debated issues in modern social conversations. Highly controversial. The subject of intense public argument. We often discuss highly controversial topics in class because these topics always get people thinking. Utterly devastated. Feeling extremely shocked and sad. The recent earthquake utterly devastated the town's life and left thousands homeless. Deeply rooted. Firmly implanted or established. Racism is a deeply rooted prejudice that has existed for thousands of years. Completely exhausted. Severe condition without any power or energy. Our limited resources may get completely exhausted one day if the population explosion is not checked. Completely different. Not the same as someone or something. Their two companies may look alike, but they are completely different to one another. Densely populated. With a lot of people close together. Many industrialized and densely populated countries have similar kinds of problems. Long anticipated. The excitement of waiting for something to happen. It is long anticipated that the research will have different practical applications. Heavily indebted. Owing gratitude or recognition to another. The Council is determined to support the heavily indebted poor countries. Deadly serious. Absolutely serious and is not joking. The symptoms of the disease can be uncomfortable, unpleasant, and deadly serious. Readily available. Easily available to just about everyone. The government made readily available additional funding for clean energy research. Desperately eager. Wanting very much to do or have something. The FBI was desperately eager to prosecute the mobster for extortion and money laundering. Eternally grateful. warmly or deeply appreciative of kindness. We are eternally grateful to God for being in a position where we can help others. Quite furious. A strong desire to know about something. Synonym. There is a quite furious struggle going on between the two presidential candidates. Fiercely competitive. Having a strong desire to compete or succeed. The bank has to butter up investors because it is in a fiercely competitive market. Highly unusual. Different from what is usual or normal. Global warming is being blamed for the highly unusual variance in rain patterns. Deeply moved. Having strong feelings of sadness or sympathy. We were deeply moved and profoundly grateful for all they had done for the nation. Quite impossible. Unable to be done or happen. Some things are so simple that they become quite impossible to understand. Heavily armed. Carrying a lot of dangerous weapons. Delivery of humanitarian assistance by heavily armed forces is not entirely desirable. Utterly miserable. Extremely unhappy or uncomfortable. Though she pretended to be happy, the woman was utterly miserable and hated her life. Deeply offended. Do or say something that upsets someone. The racial remarks deeply offended many in the African American community. Vaguely familiar. Describes action that is unclear. Ordinary people are vaguely familiar with the activities of the members of Parliament. Perfectly balanced. A state where things are of equal weight. Most animals thrive in an appropriate and perfectly balanced environment. Emotionally involved. With the intention of making deep relation. Try not to become too emotionally involved with the children in your care. Severely damaged. To do a lot of damage to something. The president's scandal has severely damaged the public image of the nation. Enthusiastically received. A feeling of being very interested or excited. The movie was enthusiastically received by the viewers of all walks of life. Tentatively agreed. In a hesitant or uncertain manner. The two countries tentatively agreed to establish full diplomatic relations on environmental safety. Bitterly disappointed. Dissatisfied with someone or something. We were bitterly disappointed that key issues were not addressed during the summit. Deeply embedded. Stick something firmly within a particular environment. Democratic institutions and principles should be deeply embedded within a self-ruling civil society. Legitimately elected. Something is acceptable according to the law. This particular island is governed by legitimately elected representatives of the people. Absolutely amazed. Feeling or showing great surprise or wonder. Use this procedure for a week and you will be absolutely amazed by its consequences. Comparatively limited. Not allowed to go above a particular level. The future of our healthcare system depends upon better use of comparatively limited resources. Deeply shocked. Feeling very upset or surprised. The enormity of the crime has deeply shocked even experienced policemen. Blissfully ignorant. State of not knowing about something bad. Many people remain blissfully ignorant about the dangers of too much air pollution. Bitterly resentful. To feel angry or upset about a situation. The protesters were so bitterly resentful that they began to throw stones at the police officers. Absolutely necessary. Needed to achieve a particular result. Fair competition is absolutely necessary for the healthy growth of the modern industry. Highly regarded. Thought to be very good by many people. Reading is highly regarded as an important source of knowledge and information. Highly unlikely. Something is unlikely to happen. The situation for women in Afghanistan is highly unlikely to improve in the near future. Ridiculously easy. Extremely silly or unreasonable. The news article was written in ridiculously easy, almost conversational language. Strongly opposed. Disagreeing strongly with something. Most of the Senate is strongly opposed to the tax bill, but a few of the politicians support it. Bitterly cold. Extremely and unpleasantly cold. In many countries, cold weather has made it necessary to protect the staple crops. Absolutely ridiculous. Unreasonable and deserves to be laughed at. A big part of modern fashion is totally ridiculous. No one would ever wear these clothes in public. Entirely unbelievable. Too dubious or improbable to be believed. We have all admired their courage, their discipline, and their entirely unbelievable patience. Widely accepted. Generally agreed to be satisfactory or right. This new amendment provides for simplification and can be widely accepted. Bitterly disappointed. Dissatisfied with someone or something. The committee was therefore bitterly disappointed with the Commission's new proposal. Bitterly humiliated. Feeling very sorry and embarrassed. The thief had been assaulted and bitterly humiliated in front of the public. Deeply concerned. Worried or nervous feeling about something. Both males and females are deeply concerned with child-rearing activities. Heavily built. A large broad body that looks strong. In France and Switzerland, the agriculture industry is now heavily built. Deeply hurt. Upset or a feeling of great unhappiness. This person has been so deeply hurt it may take forever for the wounds to heal. Highly probable. Likely to be true or likely to happen. Unless the government agrees to further talks, a strike seems highly probable. Utterly irresistible. Impossible to resist because of attractiveness. Because the Hawaiian vacation was so cheap, it seemed utterly irresistible to the island lover. Dead tired. Drained of strength and energy. The soldiers were dead tired after a full week of physical training in the camp. Fully aware. Having knowledge or perception of a situation. The question remains whether the authority was fully aware of the claims or not. Strongly advised. A recommendation about what should be done. You are strongly advised to buy some form of medical insurance when visiting Japan. Totally inexperienced. Having little knowledge or experience. This matter is too important to be left in the hands of a totally inexperienced lawyer. Firmly believed. To have strong confidence or faith. They firmly believed ancient Greece and Rome were vital sources of learning. Truly appreciated. Highly valued or esteemed. There are few who have truly appreciated the full implications of the new scientific project.